The courtroom echoed with soft murmurs as a teenage boy, barely 18, stood before the bench. The judge glanced at him, then smirked. "No lawyer? That's a mistake, son." The gallery chuckled under their breath, but the boy didn't flinch. He tightened his tie, the one his late father used to wear, and opened a folder full of notes. The judge leaned forward, eyebrows raised. "Are you telling me you're going to represent yourself against me?" No one knew yet. Not the jury, not the prosecutor, not even the judge, that this boy wasn't here just to defend his name. He was here to reveal a truth that would rattle the entire court system. Before all of this, Jamal Williams was just a high school senior from Eastwood, a quiet neighborhood with louder problems. He split his time between working at his uncle's auto shop and studying late into the night. Books were his escape, law books especially. His mother, a paralegal, used to joke, "You're the only kid I know who reads case law for fun." Every morning, Jamal walked the same route to school, past the barber shop where old men played chess, past the corner store with the friendly clerk, past the community center that smelled faintly of old basketballs and coffee. He had plans, big ones, college, law school, and maybe one day, to stand where his heroes stood, arguing for justice. But there were cracks in Eastwood that everyone saw and no one fixed, like how young black boys were stopped twice as often as anyone else, like how routine checks somehow always happened in the same neighborhoods. Still, Jamal believed that hard work and intelligence could outshine prejudice. That belief shattered one Friday night, just 3 blocks from home, when flashing red and blue lights pulled him into a story he never asked for. It happened fast. Jamal had just left the auto shop, hands still smelling faintly of engine oil, when 2 officers cornered him outside the corner store. "Step away from the door," one ordered, hand hovering over his holster. Confused, Jamal obeyed. "You fit the description," the other said loudly enough for the crowd to hear. Within minutes, neighbors gathered. Some whispered. Others pulled out phones. The accusation? He had stolen a wallet from a customer inside. Jamal's cheeks burned. He knew the man they were talking about. He just fixed his car 2 days ago, but every word he tried to say was drowned out by the click of handcuffs. In the back of the squad car, one officer leaned in close. "You people are all the same," he whispered. Those 5 words cut deeper than the steel on his wrists. It wasn't just an arrest. It was an assumption, carved into every syllable. They didn't see Jamal the student, or the mechanic, or the son. They saw what they wanted to see. At the station, while waiting for processing, Jamal noticed something strange. Through a small window in the office, he saw one officer talking to the store owner, pointing at a monitor. Then, with a quick motion, the owner pressed a button, and the security footage from that hour disappeared. Just like that, the one thing that could have cleared him was gone. But Jamal didn't panic. He had a plan forming. Jamal's mother scraped together enough to post bail. The first win, he was free until trial. He went straight to the store to speak with the clerk, a man named Mr. Lopez. Mr. Lopez admitted off the record that Jamal wasn't the thief. He'd seen the real suspect run away before the officers arrived. But when Jamal asked him to testify, Lopez's face went pale. "They told me, if I talk, I'll lose my store." The hope collapsed. Jamal dug deeper, calling a friend who worked in IT at the police department. She told him something incredible. The erased footage wasn't gone. It was archived automatically for 30 days in a hidden database. She could get it, but only if someone filed the right motion in court. Jamal called lawyer after lawyer, but none would take the case without a huge retainer fee. That's when he made the choice. He'd defend himself. The first day in court, Jamal walked in wearing his father's old tie and carrying 3 binders of printed case law. The judge chuckled. The prosecutor smirked. But when Jamal began questioning the arresting officer, the room shifted. He asked precise, surgical questions. "Officer Daniels, can you explain why the security footage was erased before an investigation was complete?" Daniels hesitated. "Can you confirm you never reviewed the footage before making the arrest?" The prosecutor objected. The judge overruled. Bit by bit, Jamal laid the trap. The gallery leaned forward, sensing something big was coming. On the third day, Jamal filed a motion, complete with case citations, to subpoena the store's archived footage. The judge, curious now, granted it. When the video played, the truth filled the screen. Another man, taller and wearing a red jacket, stealing the wallet. While Jamal was still inside the auto shop across town. Gasps filled the courtroom. The judge's smirk was gone. The prosecutor had no choice but to drop the charges on the spot. But Jamal wasn't finished. He filed a formal complaint against the officers for evidence tampering and racial profiling. Within weeks, both were under investigation and suspended without pay. When Jamal walked home that evening, the streets felt different. The bakery still smelled of warm bread. The bus stop still buzzed with chatter. But this time, people looked at him with pride, not suspicion. He had defended himself and won. Yet he knew it wasn't just about him. For every Jamal, there were dozens more without the resources, the knowledge, or the courage to fight back. He made a promise to study harder, to finish law school, and to return to that same courtroom, not as a defendant, but as an attorney for those who had no one else. Because justice shouldn't depend on who you are, or what they think when they see you.